Good day. In this video we're going to look at word sums for grade 9 and 10. We're going to make a few videos on word sums and try and show you how it fits together and how everything works. The first thing I wrote up here is I said remember that if we don't know a value in a word sum, we call it X or any small letter of the alphabet. So here is our first question we're going to handle. It says here John bought 10 t-shirts. The Blizzards, which is a kind of t-shirt, cost him 80 Rand each, and the Bibelongs, which is another kind, cost him 19 Rand each. The total cost was 870 Rand. Then the question goes on and say, find how many t-shirts of each type were bought. Now we must put all this into maths and try and work it out. We're going to go through the sum together. Now to get your brain around the following. Make sure you understand this. Because we were taught from grade 1 up to now to always go for answers as soon as possible, you have to reorganize your brain to understand the following. If we have a situation like this and they say we have one shirt costs 80 Rand, then I need you, if I ask you what will you pay for one shirt, you must not answer me 80 Rand. You must say 1 times 80 Rand. If I then ask you, how much should you pay for 2 shirts? Then your answer must not be 160 Rand. You must tell me 2 times 80 Rand. This is a little bit against the flow of the brain. Don't go for the answers. You need to understand what I'm doing. The next one, if they ask you, but if you have 3, what will the cost be of 3 shirts? You must tell me 3 times 80 Rand. Then you will see if they ask me, what will I pay for X shirts? Then it will be X times 80, which we will write as follows, which is then 80X Rand, which we don't put the Rand in. Please stop the video and work your brain through this. 1 shirt is 1 times 80, 2 shirts, 2 times 80, 3 shirts, 3 times 80, and X shirts, X times 80. Just get your brain around it. The next thing in this sum that you need to understand is they told us that there's a total of 10 shirts. Now please work with me on this one too, please. If they told me of these 10 shirts, if 4 of them are white, then you need to understand that I have to take the 10 and take away the 4. So 10 minus 4 are black. Don't go for the answer 6, please. If 2 are white, then you must understand 10 minus 2 will be black. So if X are white, then 10 minus X are black. Please see the brackets that we're putting everywhere. Please stop the video again and work your brain around this. I'm going to go through it quickly again. There's a total of 10 shirts. If 4 are white, then 10 minus 4 are black. Don't go for 6. If 2 are white, 10 minus 2 are black. And if X are white, 10 minus X are black. So the only way to get your brain into the X of these sums is to understand what I'm doing here first. So stop the video and just read through this once or twice, please, and understand it. It's very important on this specific part of the question that you repeat all the words I'm using. You must read physically your own words. The total of 10 shirts, if 4 are white, you must say it. 10 minus 4 are black. Please say all this. Don't just listen to it. If you say it, it'll go into your brain. Right, now we're going to start the question. We're quickly reading through it again. John bought 10 t-shirts. Blizzards cost him 80 Rand each. And the Bibelongs cost him 90 Rand each. Now you have to get used to these tables we're going to set up. Different people do it in a different way. This works the easiest for me, so watch it go. They helped us in this question by saying, let the number of blizzards be X, and then complete the table. You could make the blizzards X or the Bibelongs X. It won't make a difference, but at the end you will see. Then on the left-hand side, I write the price per t-shirt. Right, so they told me here, the blizzards was 80 Rand, so I put it in here. And the Bibelongs were 90 Rand, so I put it over there. Don't worry about the total so much. Which I then wrote in. And I took out the rands because they confuse us with all the letters and stuff that we have. And there's going to be nothing coming over there. The next thing we do is under that, I make a row where I can put in the number of the t-shirts. Just for this sum's sake, we took blizzards as X, so I'm going to put the X over here. Then because they told me that there were 10 t-shirts, I know how many is left for Bibelongs. And that will be over here, 10 minus the X that I've used. which I'll write in like that. Right, the total cost, I then put in an extra row here at the bottom to make up a sum. The total cost will then be this 80 times the x, which is 80x, and the 90 times this. Now this looks uncomfortable for us if we haven't got experience on this. And then I will write out an equation down here to put everything together that they gave me. And I bring the 870 in. So this price that they paid for these shirts plus this will give me the total price from there. And this is then where I start my equation and just work out a normal equation to find out the value of x. The purpose of this video is not to work out equations, but I took this, worked it out, simplified it further, and got the answer for x is 3. What is important now is that you must go and see which shirt you chose to be x, and that means that 3 is the x over there, which I must write in then, and then work out what this value is. Which will then get us to the situation where we know that the Blizzards, there were 3 of them, and the Bibelongs, there were 7 of them that were bought. We can check it by taking the 80 times 3, get an answer, 90 times 7, get the answer, then add them together and see if I get my 870. But we just want to see how you put this all together and how you can work it out. Here is then what the full question looked like in a textbook or on a question paper, but they will make it shorter in future. So this sum is to guide you, because you're in the beginning of grade 9 and 10 now, learning how to do sums, so they help you a lot along the way. They start by giving us John bought 10 t-shirts, Blizzards cost so much each, and Bibelong so much each, the total was so much. Then they say let Blizzards be x, and complete in the table, and they give you a table. And then at the end they say represent the given information in one or more equations and find how many t-shirts of each type were bought. This is just teaching. It's a teaching type of way of asking it. But this is what it will look like finally in the exam. It will only say John bought a t-shirt, the price of each t-shirt, the total was so much, and then find how many t-shirts of each type were bought. Or they can say how many Blizzards were bought, or how many Bibelongs were bought. Different ways of asking it, but the technique that we're going to use will be the same all the time. A lot of people believe that the one they ask you is the one you must make x. I don't. Just remember at the end, the x is not the answer you want. You must take the x, take it back into your question, and then find out the different things you want to work out